Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
Today we're talking about Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode number 4.
Now we know that the Dubrows have a house near Drake's.
Well, they can see Drake's old house from their house in LA.
No,
their penthouse. It's the penthouse. Oh, the house they're building. Yeah.
Because they put a thing up. Drake's house, Dubrow's house.
Yeah.
It's just so
showy. It's very showy.
That's a great word for it.
Yeah,
showy.
It is very showy. It definitely is. And Heather's talking about possibly renting out the penthouse because it's a very expensive closet. But she says she does get dressed there. She doesn't want to rent it out. And Terry says he has friends in the gym downstairs. They like having a penthouse in LA, so keep it. You have the money. Keep it.
Exactly. You got it for a reason to flex. So keep it.
Yeah, I would keep it. Why not?
Yeah.
And then she's talking to Terry about after he had his stroke, how she really kind of looks at life a little bit differently.
You know, I forgot about all that because that was not on camera, right? She talked about it at the reunion, but it wasn't on camera.
Yeah, and she barely talked about it at the reunion because it had just kind of really happened at that point. And like she said, she hadn't even really processed it yet.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that she used Life 360 to find him, which good for her.
Me neither. Yeah.
I mean, we talk about how we use Life 360 all the time. I mean, it's a great product.
Yep.
I mean, I use it for my mom who's in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, like
I should really put my mom on there.
I mean, someone needs to keep track of
I should
our
put
elders.
Both of my parents on there, actually.
Right? Like someone needs to know where they're at in case of an emergency.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure Mike has tracking on my mother in some capacity. But for me, maybe I'll just do it too.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Tamara plans the night out with Katie, Jenn, Gina, and Emily. And they're on the party bus and they go to pick up Katie, and Emily's already drunk by the time they get to Katie's house.
Well, I would hope there was a reason she'd pee in her bush instead of going in her house.
I mean, she said she didn't want to go in and meet Matt, but I'm like, no. I mean, she was drunk.
Maybe that's why she didn't. Maybe she didn't want to be wasted the first time she met him. But that was hysterical. I mean, I haven't peed in a bush since we used to party in the woods when I was young.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And she fell.
I don't think.
She fell.
Because you do.
Right,
when
I know.
You're drunk, you don't have the balance to keep yourself up.
I know. It was funny, though. I was laughing.
Hysterical. Hysterical.
So then they get out to the bar, and Katie has this information that she shares with the girls about Heather. And I'm like, oh. So they played it up as it was some big, lie that Heather had told. And as soon as the ladies get up to go, coyote ugly it, Gina's like, I told you not to tell them. And she's like, yeah, I shouldn't have. Because she didn't even tell Emily. Like, she didn't even tell her best friend. And there's a reason she didn't tell her best friend.
Because this was a topic of discussion last season.
It was a topic of discussion last season. And does she think she's going to come in this friend group with, and by the way, I think that her receipts were weak. They were weak. It was a screenshot of a text message that could have been from her mother. We don't know who it was from.
I do believe it. I believe that whoever she was texting with genuinely knew. And I do think that Heather called the paparazzi. That picture is ridiculous. I mean, it really is like a prom picture, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but still, what?
But I don't think it was a good move on Katie's part to do that.
It was not a good move, especially in front of Tamara, of all people.
Well, here's my thought. So, okay, I understand them not inviting Shannon because it was after the DUI and it's not a good look.
Right.
Why wasn't Heather there? Did they say why Heather wasn't there? Maybe I just missed it.
They did not say why Heather wasn't there, but maybe Heather wasn't available. I don't know that they didn't invite Heather. They said that they didn't invite Shannon.
And why wasn't Alexis there, their new best friend?
Well, she's a friend of.
Right, but she's been filming. And by the way, I enjoyed this episode very much, and I think it's because Alexis wasn't there. But it's just curious to me that Heather wasn't there, and the two other people who are supposedly closest with them, right? Because Heather keeps saying how close she is with Alexis, and we know she's close with Shannon.
Right.
Weren't there for them to have this conversation. Yeah. It was very staged.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely was staged. It definitely was staged. And then Katie brings up again about the Heather tagging her in the birthday photo.
That was weird.
I do really think it was an accident. I mean, they keep saying it's an accident. Why would she tag her in the photo if she wasn't there?
I don't know, but how do you do that on accident when you're not even following the person?
Well, again, if you're not following the person, it's a little bit harder because you have to start typing out the name. I don't know.
So already we know that she was following her, but saying she wasn't.
Well, no, because she wasn't following her.
But then how do you tag somebody?
Well, because she said it was her social media person that did it. She said she had a social...
But the account had to be following Katie at that time. Whoever did it.
No, it didn't. It doesn't have to be following them.
I thought you had to follow somebody to tag them.
On Instagram.
I'm going to try. Well, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out who I'm not following on Instagram, and I'm going to try to tag them. I'll do it tomorrow at the salon.
Okay, yeah, because she was saying that she was wearing Givenchy, and her assistant was tagging Givenchy. And she typed GI and then grabbed it. I don't know. I mean, her last name is Gianella, right? Popped up, so she tagged it by mistake. So then when she was made aware of it, she said, I'll untag you and I'll follow you. And she did that right.
She said, let me follow you so I can untag you. She said something like that. So it doesn't, that's why it didn't make sense.
Oh,
she said, let me follow you so then I can untag you.
I don't know. I mean,
it was confusing.
It definitely was confusing, but I just don't know why she's coming in right off the bat going after Heather, especially if she's friends with Sutton and she's friends with Gina and she knows Gina is close with Heather.
Yeah.
Like, why is she going for Heather? Does she think that this is going to, and everyone told her, don't go after Heather.
I remember before the season started that there was something on social media where Gina and she were at a lunch and they were arguing. And I wonder if this is what it's about. Because the article read like Gina brings on a new friend and now they're at lunch arguing. So, because Gina probably didn't know that this woman, that she was going to do this. Especially because she basically said, like you said, she said, why did you do that? And it wasn't where the camera, like it was kind of like a hot mic moment almost.
Right. She waited for the other girls to walk away and she said, and she's like, yeah, I know, I shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. And I don't like to say that about anybody. Like, I don't like to say like, don't, fuck with Heather or don't fuck with this one. But I don't know. I feel like if you're on OC, you kind of do want Heather on your side. I mean, listen, I think she's very pretentious and I'm not a huge fan, but I don't think she's a bad housewife. I think she's a good housewife. So why do you want to start problems with her?
Right. Exactly. That's what I don't understand. Yeah. I just don't understand the intent.
And Jen, Pedranti, and Gina did not look into the conversation at all when she was saying it. Like they were both like, like they kind of had that, we don't want anything to do with this look.
Right.
Jen did too.
Yeah, exactly. So then Jen and Tamra and Emily all get up on the bar and they're doing the Coyote Ugly thing. I mean, they were messy.
They made a mess of that bar. Very fun to watch, but if I worked there, I'd be like, you bitches.
They were out of control.
They were out of control.
I mean, these are grown-ass women.
With kids.
Yeah, I'm glad Gina didn't get up there.
Oh, no. She's sober.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's probably got no interest in that at all.
No. I think it's funny that Emily did, and I'm sure Shane was probably laughing like when he saw it because he knows who he married. He knows who she is.
Who was it? Jen, Tamra, and Emily.
Yeah, the three. I
love Emily.
So Gina. So then we see Shannon at home, and Vicki comes to visit. That whole scene. I mean,
was Shannon's laptop stacked on plates? Did you notice that?
Oh, I didn't notice that. It could have been.
I was trying to figure out, I'm like, is this some new like laptop stand? Like and it very well could be.
Okay.
But
I didn't notice that.
It literally looked like the laptop was stacked on plates. So I don't know if it really was plates or if it's some like new cool laptop stand.
I'm going to have to look back at that scene and see it because I didn't notice that.
It was interesting.
So Vicki comes over and they're talking about the show. What are they going to do about the Tres Amigas? Because Tamara didn't get back to them and she didn't tell them. And now they're going to just do Dos Amigos. And they call that guy. I don't know what that guy's name was.
Paris. Wasn't his name Paris?
Oh, yes, Paris. Yes, it was Paris. I guess he's like their manager or something.
Yeah.
And they try and do their little song for him, and they screw it up. And they're like, okay, you guys, you need to promote this. You two need to promote this.
Yeah.
And then Shannon starts to tell Vicki about John Jansen suing her
What an
for
asshole.
$75,000.
What a complete jerk.
I mean, that's a lot of money. And like she said, he knows how much she provides for her girls, for their education. And why? Like, why are you doing this? And it's going to cost her more in legal fees.
Exactly.
He is really, I don't like him. I really don't. I mean, I never did like him, but I really don't like him now.
No, he's so bad. He's so bad. Did you hear Emily and Shane on Jeff Lewis?
Yes, I did.
And I think this is where she said it, but Emily's like, well, listen, wait a couple of years, Alexis, you'll see what a bad person he is.
Yes.
I think that's where she said it, right? She didn't say it on the show. She said it on Jeff Lewis.
She said it on Jeff Lewis. And she also clarified, because I told you Jeff Lewis was questioning whether or not Travis had moved back in. Right. And Jeff Lewis asked her, and she said, no, Travis is still, living down the street. He's not living there.
But they are together.
They're still together, which is good. I'm happy for them.
For sure.
I'm happy for them. And, I wasn't taking notes when I was listening to Jeff Lewis, but I learned something else, and now I can't remember what it was. Do you remember?
From Emily and Shane?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me.
Yeah, hopefully it does, because I need to I listened to the whole thing, so if you say it, I'll remember, and I just listened to it today, so.
Well, I listened to it a couple of days ago.
Fresh in my mind.
And then Jenn and Ryan are at the house, and they're packing for their trip to Vegas. And Jen's like, I guess I shouldn't post any pictures while I'm in Vegas. I think they were going to see Taylor Swift, maybe. They were going to a concert. They were going to some kind of concert in Vegas.
Yeah, but listen, what is she worried about? It's not like she went on like a girls' trip where it's on her to pay. She went with her boyfriend, who she's living with and who just supposedly bailed her out of the car situation.
Right.
So he's probably paying for the trip. Like, first of all, I think Emily's coming in too hard on Jen.
I do.
The comments are harsh. And I love Emily. She's probably my favorite. She is my favorite OC housewife, but the digs on Jen, it's a little too much. Like, have a little empathy.
I agree.
What do they care if her boyfriend wants to take her on vacation?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. And even Ryan said, well, what do you care? They're going to judge you anyway. So if you want to post, you just post.
That's right.
And sure enough, they did judge her. Emily and Gina.
Yep. Oh, for sure. I'm starting to like Ryan, so I'm really hoping that all this legal stuff, I really hope he gets cleared of all of that. He's not giving me the douchebag vibes he gave me the first season that he was on.
No, he does seem a little bit better, but I don't know. It may just be he's a better actor now. Now he knows what to do,
I'm a sucker. I can be a sucker.
Then Katie goes over to Gina's house, and she's there by herself because she had a Zoom meeting in the morning, and the kids are over at Travis's house, so that way she could have quiet. And in her confessionals, she says how she really misses Matt, and now she feels lonely, like,
Travis, not Matt. Yeah. That's her ex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Matt is her ex. That's right. I don't know. And I look at it. I did write Matt, too. I was, whatever. It's confusing Katie's Matt.
Yes.
So Katie brought over clothes from her friend's company. I thought that was a little weird. Like, we don't even know what her friend's company is for the golf outing. And she's like, you can wear them if you want, but you don't have to wear them.
So she's just promoting her friend's company.
But we don't know the name of it, do we? Because I didn't catch it.
It was on the dress that Gina was like, oh, that's cute. I'll wear that. It was on the front of the dress, but I can't remember what it was.
No, I couldn't read it. I mean, I don't know what it was either. And let's just talk about that dress that she showed up with the platform Mary Jane's, Gina, and those little socks. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking with that.
It's always hit or miss with Gina. Like she hits the hair and the makeup, and then she misses the shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on, man. Those I was not a huge fan of those shoes. I mean, they're very like 90s. What's that movie? I love that movie with Alicia Silverstone. Clueless. One of my favorite movies. They were very clueless.
They were. Not for a golf outing.
Not for a golf outing. They looked extremely uncomfortable, too.
They did. So then Gina tells Katie that, listen, what you did to Heather really isn't cool. And I think you need to tell her, because if you don't tell her, I'm going to tell her.
Or somebody else like Tamara.
Right.
That's probably what Gina meant.
No, Gina was going to tell her. I think Gina had all intentions of telling her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
she had to light a fire under her ass because
then she goes on, which I think is another odd thing. Katie goes on and brings up the story about her friend Cynthia, which we see the picture. It's Cynthia Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And she's out with her friend Cynthia Bailey, who happened to be celebrating a birthday with Heather and Crystal Minkoff. Did you see that picture?
Yeah. So Katie wasn't there, though.
Katie wasn't there.
Right. That's when she said Heather beelined it to Cynthia to get dirt on her.
Yes.
Or ask her about her, not get dirt on her. I'm sorry.
Right. To ask about her. Right.
But why is she making it like that's a bad thing? If Heather's on a show.
Right.
And she just found out that her friend's going to be on the show. Of course, you're going to ask your friend what's she like.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with this. Like, now you're just making stuff up.
Yeah, you're trying to, like, I feel like she's pushing a problem. She's trying to, like, stir the pot for no reason.
Like, push a narrative that Heather's an asshole.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I could buy into.
I know, you're not a Heather fan, but you know what this is giving me vibes of on Beverly Hills when the girl came after Crystal and Sutton. What was her name? She was on one season, last season.
Anna Maria.
Anna Maria. Like, this is giving me Anna Maria vibes. Like,
I think you're absolutely right.
Like, why are you doing this?
I totally agree with you.
Like, don't do this, you know?
Yeah, Katie, you could be a one and done like Anna Maria. Marie, whatever the hell her name was.
I don't know what her name was. I think it was spelled Anna Maria, but it was actually pronounced Anne Marie or something like that.
I think she clarified that on the reunion. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right though. That is the vibe she's giving.
Yeah, and I was not there for that.
No.
No. Then what happens?
Well, we're at the golf and Emily wins.
Yep.
She couldn't give those sunglasses to Gina.
I mean,
give the sunglasses to Gina. You can go buy yourself 1,000,000 Gucci sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh, but before that happens, Emily goes over to Tamara's house, and Tamara's showing her little casita in the back because her mom had just moved out. And they're talking about how Gina made a big deal about them being friends, about Emily and Tamara being friends, that she was upset that Emily was close to Tamara now because she felt like she was losing her friend in Emily.
We didn't see any of this, right? They're just saying it.
They did flash back to like a scene where she said, "Oh, you guys are like besties now," or something like that. She made one comment about it that they flashed back to.
I think Emily should be real careful with Tamara because we saw what she did to Gretchen.
Yeah. And Emily's smart. I think she'll figure it out.
She is, but Tamara wasn't nice to her when she first came on the show.
No.
And now they're besties. And we know what she did to Gretchen.
Right, exactly.
I'd be real careful if I were Emily.
I would too. And then after that, then we go to the golf outing. And, you know, Matt is there, Katie's husband again. And they have all these other guys there to help them and show them how to putt, I guess, because they were only putting.
Yeah, they were only putting.
Yeah. I mean, none of them could really even do it, except for Emily. I mean, Emily, I don't know.
I know. She could. It was funny to see that Katie was so bad, though.
I know.
Like, and this is the industry she's in. You would think.
I know.
I mean, I guess, like, listen, I think I could putt better than that. And I took lessons when my kids were little. Patty and I went and took lessons. I haven't golfed since. We go to miniature golf. But it's just funny. Like, I guess if you don't have it, you don't have it. But you're in the industry. You haven't, like, I would take lessons. If that's my industry, I'd take lessons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe she has and she just can't get it.
It's funny because we've been watching a lot of golf lately because there's been a lot of golf on in my house, and William's very into golfing.
Yeah, my DVR is filled with it.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I said I think I would like to golf, and they the kids looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I like it." I've they're like, "No, Mom." I'm like, "You know what? You're right. I do have an eye-hand coordination issue. I probably would suck at it. I mean, I'm not even good at miniature golf. Like my distance,
yeah.
like, I don't know. I just don't see things the way, I don't know.
The way they told me, like that first swing when you're trying to get on the green, like it's very awkward to me. Like they're like, just pretend like you're sitting, but you're not on a chair. And then you have to literally twist your body like backwards. Like, it's amazing to me that Eric can do it with his hip. You literally have to like do like a 180 with your body. Actually, like a 360. Because you start, totally... yeah, it's a 360. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not easy. That first swing is not easy.
Oh, you know,
after that, it gets a little bit easier, though.
That's what we were watching. We were watching. Did you see President Donald Trump was golfing with the guy who won the Masters or the U.S. Open? Oh my God, it was on YouTube. It was a YouTube special. Oh, I don't know the guy's name. Yes, I do. Hold on, it'll come to me. Bryson.
Okay, I know he's young, right?
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, it was very entertaining to watch, but for an old man, Trump is a good golfer.
Absolutely.
I could not believe how well he was swinging that. Like, he really hit it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I just can't not think of that TikTok with those two brothers reenacting the debate when they were talking about golf. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I know. It was funny. They're like children. They're like children up there.
And the one brother, the one who's doing Trump, just got his mannerisms, his hand act, like, honestly, whether you like Trump or not, you should watch that because he just nails it.
It's just funny. Listen, you know what? If we can't laugh at it, like, you know,
exactly,
we have to laugh. It's funny.
Absolutely.
So then what happens? So they're there. They get the hot dog cart for Heather because Katie says I know you love hot dogs, and you know we've got this hot dog cart there for you. And then Tamara, of course, we see Tamara tell Heather what Katie had said, and she goes right over to her as we knew she would.
Yep.
And you know, Katie said, "I know you lied." I mean, she said those words, "I know you lied." And Heather's like, well, stop saying that. I swear on my children. Now, that's when I was kind of like, she sweared on her children.
They do that all the time. How many times has Teresa done that?
Well, that's Teresa, though.
I know.
I don't know. I don't like when people swear on their children.
I don't like it either, and I never would. I mean, like, unless I was 100% telling the truth. But I believe that Heather called the paparazzi that day.
But honestly, who even cares?
Exactly.
Like, this is my point. Like, who cares? How is this what we're talking about?
Right.
An entire episode that was built up to be this whole big thing. She's taken down Heather. You were not taking down Heather Dubrow with a
not
paparazzi.
Over that.
No.
Not over that.
No, I don't like it. I did not like it.
And by the way, Tamara said to Heather that Katie said you call the paparazzi all the time.
Right.
Katie didn't say that. She said she called for the Disneyland. Did she say she calls the paparazzi all the time?
She did. She said she asked about the Disneyland, and that person that confirmed it also had said to her, oh, yeah, she calls the paparazzi all the time.
Okay.
She did say that. And then Heather was on Watch What Happens Live with Zach Gilford. And the New York Hot Dog King was behind the bar, was the bartender.
That's right.
I thought it was interesting that Andy asked Heather if she enjoyed living in Beverly Hills. And she said she likes catching up with her old friends. And then he asked her if she'd ever considering joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And her response was, well, I think that would be up to you, Andy.
Yeah, so obviously she wants to.
Well, he's like, well, that would be a discussion. Well, then why did you ask the question? Like,
right. Did
you not know that that's what was going to come?
Right.
And speaking of that, I had posted the other day that on Bravo Andy, I had a caller on the line, and he said to the caller that we are rebooting New Jersey. New Jersey's going to be a reboot, and I reposted that on our, I think, Instagram. But then he came out and clarified that that's not what he meant. He was just, like, done with this lady. She was annoying him.
She was annoying.
Yeah, and she was annoying. I mean, she was annoying. I get it.
Yes.
So he just needs to be careful when he drops these, you know.
He did say some new faces, though. He didn't say all new faces.
But when you say the word reboot,
Yes,
when you say the word reboot, that means a reboot. Like, that's what
because
people
think of New York.
Right.
Which was a complete overhaul.
Right. It's hard to say the word reboot now and people not think everyone's getting the axe.
Yeah. They just need to bring Melissa, Danielle, and Rachel back, and then we'll figure out the rest.
I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I know Teresa and Louie are in Greece right now.
Did you see Jennifer? Oh my God, you must have seen it. First of all, there was no filter on her. And girl, I mean, there's no filter on me either. And I got no makeup on because I worked from home today and I don't do makeup on work from home days. But girl, turn the filter on. But she was on TikTok and she was like, oh, people keep asking me what would I do if the show ended. Did you hear this? Oh, I guess I'll just go count my Ferraris and all my bathrooms.
And keep living my fabulous life.
People are struggling to put food on their table. You have no self-awareness. No self-awareness.
This is how she was. This is how she's always been. This is how she started out when she was talking about all of her bathrooms.
Absolutely.
And the biggest house in Paramus and blah,
and
blah,
sorry,
blah.
Bitch, I'd rather have a loyal husband and a small home than your house and somebody who is so done with me. So done with me.
Yeah.
And then Teresa, they're talking to Teresa, and did you hear what she said? We'll see what Bravo has. What'd she say? We'll see what Bravo has in store for me, or what plans Bravo has for me. Something like that.
Well, there's rumors that she may be moving to California. I don't know. Let her go. So. Go to California.
Imagine if she goes to OC. Oh, I heard that she might go to Miami.
Oh.
I don't know where I heard that, but I heard, listen, just get her off Jersey.
You know what? That'd be fine. Then I'll stop watching Miami because I can't stand Alexia anyway. So I can't imagine having Teresa and Alexia there together.
Exactly.
No, thank you. No.
Yep. I totally agree with you 100%. Listen, just get her off Jersey. You could put her anywhere because Jersey's my favorite and I just want to be able to watch it without her.
Yeah. No.
And I've been watching the reruns this week, like when I can. And I was watching one and I think it was at the reunion because Andy says it. And it must be when Louie first came on and Andy says to her, you know, Kim D's been in the news a lot talking about Louie. And they show, and this is way before she started blaming Margaret for anything. They show that headlines, Kim D is saying all this stuff about Louie. So I think it was Gabriella and Chrissy Balls were saying that Kim D was the first one to start. And she was. She was.
Of course she was.
And it was right there on the show. And now they're BFFs again.
I mean, talk about flip-flopping.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you know what's interesting? Jacqueline Larita's daughter, Ashley, likes Melissa Gorga.
Yeah, well, she just did Rachel's makeup for something I saw.
Oh, she did?
I follow Ashley Holmes on Instagram. I have for a very long time since she's been a makeup artist. Like, so that's years now. I started following her because I love the makeup.
I didn't know she was a makeup artist. I did not know that.
Yeah. She's a makeup artist. She was at, I want to say like a Nordstrom up there for a while or something, but I think maybe now she does it on her own. I don't know, but she's very talented. She's very good at it. And she just did Rachel's makeup for something.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I think she's probably still, I mean, I don't know. Listen, we just saw Joe Gorga give Vito Scalia's father a big hug last week. You know, that was nice to see.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It's not like I'm sure the Scalias and the Manzos are on good terms. As a matter of fact, I smoked a cigarette with Vito's father outside the bar that night. And I did ask if Albie and Vito were still friends. And he said, you know, they stay in touch, you know. Not as close as they used to be, but they stay in touch. And he said,
well, that's good.
And he said, we love the Manzos. They're very good to my granddaughter, and we have a very good relationship with them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So I think all of them, you know, listen, we're from Jersey. We get it. Like, my best friend's not going to love somebody, but if they're family and I grew up with them, you know, it's just, that's just the way it is. You know?
That's the way it is.
You're going to defend your family for sure, but you don't have to have like relationship ending beef with somebody just because of.
Right. Yeah. Unless you're Teresa.
100%.
I mean, with
100%.
that exception.
Yeah. Or her daughters, obviously.
Yeah, I've also seen some clips of them shooting, making it in Manhattan.
Ugh.
It's definitely happening. I'm gonna watch it.
And she's
I know you
on
said
it?
you're not.
And Gia's on it?
Gia's on it.
I can't watch it if Gia's on it.
I think Gia's on it. Yeah. I think
If
that's
Gia's
why
not
she's
on
not
it-
going back to law school.
Big mistake, honey. Big mistake.
I think so. I mean, I think she's on it.
I don't think I can watch it if Gia's on it. I don't know.
She got so much flack for her Amazon Live where she was talking about how her college experience was. And she was saying that, at first, nobody really knew who she was. And, when she was there her first year or so, and then people would recognize her and ask her for her autograph. And she got so much hate for that.
Why would they ask her for her autograph?
Because she's a celebrity.
You don't hear Antonia Gorga talking like that, do you? At Udell.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
Because she's normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I get it. She grew up on the show, but...
Oh, she definitely grew up on the show. I mean, we've known her
I don't
since...
know if people are really asking for your autograph.
I mean, not college kids, because, I mean...
What do they care? They're your age.
I don't know either. I can just tell you this. My kids would be like... They would pretend they didn't even know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't...
Yeah.
Like, I don't really believe that these college kids are like, oh, yeah, we watch your mom. Like, we know you. Like, we've seen... You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
They're just
Even
not watching.
if they did, I can't see them saying it.
Right. Exactly. All right.
I
I guess
know Jessica
until
wouldn't.
next time, which is going to be our New Jersey recap.
Oh my God. So
We are
much preparation for
so looking forward to that. That's like this is like our Olympics.
that. Exactly. Oh, I will not watch the Olympics now.
Why? What happened? Oh.
With the female boxer who was supposed to fight a man.
Oh, that's
disgusting.
That's
Sorry.
ridiculous. Well, you can't stop watching all the Olympics because of that. I heard Andrew told me that Logan Paul reached out to that Italian boxer and said that he'll set up a match, and Andrew said he pays all of his fighters more than he pays himself, so she'll be fine.
Right.
So
and he's going to find a female boxer for her to fight.
Yes.
There's two male boxers fighting in the female Olympics. There's two. That's what I heard.
Are they male or are they transgender? Because I heard the Olympics are saying it's not a trans issue. It is a trans issue.
If he's biologically a man, it's a trans issue.
Right. And they said that his testosterone level was high. So if it's a female and their testosterone level is high, then I don't know.
That means she's taking supplements, which is illegal.
Right.
So a female Olympian cannot take testosterone to enhance their physicality because it's illegal, but they can fight a man who has natural testosterone. Please, people, make it make sense for crying out loud.
Male athletes can't take testosterone either.
They can't do anything.
Right.
Remember what what's his face was doing with the doping?
Oh yeah,
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Didn't they take his championship away from him?
Yes, they sure. All of them. Yeah, all of them. Yeah. No, you can't do that. I watch Simone Biles. I enjoy watching gymnastics.
That I would like to watch. I know Eric's watching the track. And like I said, I'll watch the basketball just because I like the play. I want to watch the players, and I like watching the NBA players play for their own countries.
Yes, I like that too. I like that too. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just not into it at all. I'm just, now I want to boycott it.
Okay. Well, that's not going to solve anything.
I know. I have a lot of effect on people. I have a lot of influence.
Okay. All right.
So I think.
All right. Until next time, thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly. Bye.
Bye.